Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we have another crazy day with us talking about the recent moves with Tesla stock. As you can see, it's up 11.11% right now. It's going back and forth, but pretty much throughout this whole day today, Tesla has slowly gone up on this incline. It started out from like the pre-market 9 to 9:30, not really any significant movements. And then after that point, when it hit 9:30, that's when it really started to skyrocket upwards. So we've had this kind of surge up at the beginning of today, and then from like this point onwards, from 10:40 a.m. and on, we've seen a little bit of volatility, but mostly a general incline upwards here. So, like I say always, these are one of the best stock market days that you can have, where your portfolio slowly keeps on growing and growing and growing until the end of the day, and you hit like the highest point of the day near the end of the day. So Tesla has absolutely gone crazy today, and I believe this is the fourth day of growth in a row. If we look at the past week, as you can see, it is currently up 31.22% just over these past few days, and that's really crazy for a high value share price stock, one that was near $1,400. For example, you don't ever think of Google stock. It's kind of in this price range as well. You never viewed this stock as being one that could all of a sudden go up 30% in 1 week. That's not really something you would expect out of Google. And even over the past year, it's not even up 31%. So keep in mind, this is a high value stock. Tesla isn't just like $300 right now, or even $500. We're talking about a stock that went from $13.75 to $18.34 in a matter of just like 4 or 5 days. So for a stock to go up like 31% just in a week alone, that is absolutely huge. I don't think people realize how rare of an occurrence this is, where a stock grows so much but is still worth a really high amount in terms of share value. So that's something that you don't really see a lot with these high share value stocks. So as always, if you all do appreciate these videos, me just talking about Tesla stock and recent news pieces that were released and things like that, then please make sure to smash that like button. It really does help me out. So just addressing why I think this stock surged up even more today. Like I said, it's at plus 10.93% right now. So it has been a fantastic day for this stock so far. So just addressing some of the news pieces on the side from here with Robinhood. For example, one right here says SoftBank has built a $1.2 billion stake in Amazon, and they also invested in Netflix and Tesla. So that's obviously a really great piece of news for today, talking about how SoftBank is investing in Tesla. So we're starting to see a lot of these bigger institutional investors put more money into Tesla, whereas in the past, we've really seen just a lot of retail investors. A lot of the share price and a lot of the money that has been put into Tesla stock so far, I have to admit, I think a lot of it is from retail investors. Of course, there are some larger notable investors that have put money in Tesla over time up until this point, but it has been really popular among retail investors, whereas there's been a lot of doubt cast down from analysts and, of course, institutional investors on Tesla. So up until this point, or up until at least lately, like up until that $950, $900 marker right before the surge, we saw mostly retail investors being excited about Tesla stock and being bullish on it, whereas now we're seeing this transition from analysts finally getting around to Tesla stock and putting price targets and fair values that are actually a little bit more reasonable nowadays compared to like what we have right now, where the fair value is $751 and we're near $1,800 for the share price right now. So in the past, as we all know, analysts have been wrong about Tesla, fair values have been incorrect about Tesla, price targets have been incorrect about Tesla. So we're starting to see these larger institutional investors get in on Tesla now. So as it says, SoftBank has built a position in Tesla even more. And then right here, Wedbush raises Tesla price target to $1,900, calls China a paradigm changer. I mean, I think that's a really good point right there. China is a huge asset for Tesla right now, and that's where we're seeing the most progress being made for this company as a whole, in my opinion, because they're able to just expedite everything they do to a really fast degree in China, and they're expanding their business even farther on than they have in America. Like, they're offering wrap services in China right now. They've already talked about insurance. They got a government loan, and they're building onto the Shanghai Gigafactory. So I'm really excited to see what's happening with China right now. And especially, they've also put a job listing post up to hire some designers for potentially a compact car that will be first built in China. So this is absolutely huge, and I think people really need to realize what an asset China is going to be for Tesla. And when I see articles like this, I realize that people are finally starting to understand this and realize what an asset they are to Tesla. So that's another thing. They've upgraded the price target to 1900. And also, I'm not sure if it was Wedbush, but I did see an article where the price target was upgraded from 1800 to 1900. Now, that could have been the same article, or it could have been another one. I wouldn't be surprised if it was another one, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I think it was at this point right here, but it looks like it got replaced by another article. But anyways, my point here is Tesla has absolutely skyrocketed today, and I think that is obviously because people are getting in. Yes, there's a lot of fear of missing out for some people out there, but also this right here is just showing once again there's been so much consistency of doubt being cast on Tesla over this past year, and constantly, time and time again, Tesla proves all of those bearish people and doubters wrong. I mean, if we look at this past year, it has been nothing but negativity around Tesla, it seems, up until we started to see this happen once again. We had this boost once again past 950, but keep in mind, we had this first boost up here, like in the February time range, February 4th, it hit its peak. It dropped back down. Of course, people started to doubt it again, and they were wanting to buy it like $500, $400 per share. And so it went back up, and that kind of proved everybody wrong once again. But then we had this huge crash downwards. That's when the stock market crash happened, and this is when people really started to doubt Tesla, especially as it pretty much halved or even one-thirded its share price when it hit like this $364 marker. So it went all the way down here, and then that's when there was really a lot of uncertainty around Tesla. And then once again, we saw it raise back up and slowly increase time over time over time again. And then it started to hit this $1,000 share price. It hit $1,025, and people started to get excited again. And then it started to go back down and level out at this 950. And that's when there was still a little bit doubt around Tesla. And then we saw it skyrocket after that. And I think at this point, people started to take Tesla a little bit more serious because they realized time and time again they've doubted it, and it has proven them wrong. So it hit this point at like $1,500. And of course, there was a lot of volatility here and there with really not even significant long-lasting movements. They were just up and down, and if it spiked up, it went right back down. But once again, it is proving it. Finally, once again, it is proving to the doubters and the people that are bearish on Tesla that this is not the end of Tesla. This is not as high as it goes. And I think $1,800 still in the long term, and I say this on the other prices as well, I think we will eventually look back on $1,800 as a really solid share price for Tesla, because I think it only gets more expensive from here in the long term. Now, I'm not saying in the short term. We could see a significant pullback sometime soon given how much growth we've seen so far, but I think in the long term, like 10 years from now, 5 years from now, we're going to look back on the share price of Tesla and say, I really wish I would have sold everything I had at that time that I didn't need just so I could get more money to put into Tesla stock at that price. So I still think in the long term, yes, $1,800 is definitely expensive if you are thinking about the short term. But that's the key thing with Tesla. You cannot be thinking about the short term. You need to be thinking about that long-term vision, the long-term perspective, and what is going to unfold with this company over the next 10 years and how they're going to make money from that. So I really think that Tesla is still ahead of the game. As we all know, there's not really much competition right now. They have advantages in the software, the battery technology where they're operating on declining cost curves and are vertically integrated. And then they also have advantages in the full self-driving technology where they built their own computer that is really powerful even compared to what NVIDIA can build. So they've basically had multiple companies in Tesla as a whole. For example, that would be like having NVIDIA under a larger umbrella company, like how they had a big team that created this computer chip from ground up for the full self-driving. That's almost comparable to having like an AMD company or an NVIDIA company as a smaller company within the larger company of Tesla. So as Elon Musk has said in the past, Tesla is like a bunch of Silicon Valley startups. It's pretty much a bunch of companies and teams all in one larger company. So when you have this asset of multiple teams interacting together, all in a very creative chain of command, as we know, Tesla has a different chain of command. Basically, the rule at Tesla is you go to whoever you think can solve the problem the fastest. Instead of talking to your manager to get his manager to talk to the top guy, you just go straight to the top guy. So it's like with that chain of command as well. And when you have all of these teams from different sectors of Tesla, they can all interact with each other and learn from each other much better that way. So really, Tesla has a lot of advantages even at this point. And even though, yes, the share price is expensive if you look at it right now in terms of the short term, in the long term, if you're willing to weather through the storm of volatility and not worry about all of these road bumps such as pullbacks and more volatilities and just stagnant movements, then if you can wait that long and be patient, then I think it's going to be really rewarding for those that are investing in Tesla for the long term, even if they buy in at this share price right now. So anyways, this is just a video that I wanted to do specifically on Tesla stock. I'll be doing a portfolio review as well, just talking about the gains and losses for today. But just addressing Tesla, as you all can see, I'm near 116% in gains for Tesla so far. That's about a $34,000 gain for Tesla. So I've already doubled my money with Tesla here. And also for those of you that are interested, full transparency, I'm going to have my credit card paid off probably sometime by like the 29th of this month. And then after that, whatever money I get, I'm going to try to put it all into Teslas as much as I can. But the unfortunate thing about today is, and I didn't mention this at the beginning of the video, but the thing that makes me kind of sad about today and all of this movement that we've seen with Tesla recently, I have to admit, obviously, I'm really excited about this growth, but I'm also pretty sad as well because I wanted to have a chance to get in on Tesla when it was at its cheaper price at $1,375 and $1,400. But I've just been dealing with this credit card and trying to get as much money as possible that I can to pay it off in the meantime, instead of being able to put that money straight into Tesla stock. So unfortunately, my expenses outside of investing have kept me from putting money into Tesla right now. I had to pay taxes in July. That's pretty rough, of course, as you all know. I had to pay a pretty big amount of money, and then also I had to pay like this $4,500 credit card bill off by this month. So that's what I'm mainly focused on right now. But in the meantime, that would have been $4,500 that I could have put on Tesla. So I can't help but regret my spending decisions and purchase decisions because I knew ahead of time that we had battery day coming up and stuff like that. But, you know, it got the best of me and I got into buying some things that I didn't necessarily need. So I do regret that a little bit and wish that I wouldn't have missed out on this because I was going to do a video like when it hit $1,375, it was right before everything started to skyrocket. It was near this kind of marker right here, $1,375. That was the day where I was going to make a video talking about how Tesla stock was a really good deal. And then in the after hours of that day, it skyrocketed. So at least at that point, I knew that that was a point that I could get in at and that would be a good point to get in on Tesla stock. But I just didn't have the money at that point because I was focused on, you know, paying off other things. So that is pretty unfortunate. I wish I could have got in on it before it surged up, but I'm not going to let that keep me from investing in the future as well. I'm not going to just say because I missed out on like a $400 gain, $500 gain that I'm not going to invest in this stock anymore because I do have that long-term vision still and nothing has changed. So when I get that money, I'll probably just be dollar cost averaging it into Tesla stock and then maybe Apple as well. But anyways, I just wanted to share this with you all, my thoughts and opinions about everything going on currently. As always, if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to smash that like button. And also feel free to sign up to Robinhood and Webull in the description below. If you sign up with my referral link, you'll get some free stocks. And especially with Webull, you can get 2 free stocks if you sign up with my link and deposit $100. You can take it right back out, so it's just nice passive income. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.